we have had 4 encounters. I know I say the word encounters, I think of, here we go. Here we go. But we have had 4 encounters that have required the discharge of expensive missiles from expensive aircraft.
Because you still haven't been able to tell us what these things are that we are shooting out of the sky, that raises the question, have you ruled out aliens or extraterrestrials? And if so, why? Because that is what everyone is asking us right now.
Yeah, thanks for the question, Helene. I'll let the intel community and the counterintelligence community figure that out. I haven't ruled out anything at this point. We continue to assess every threat or potential threat unknown that approaches North America with the attempt to identify it.
They're flying. We just can't figure out what their propulsion is.
They're just not
By the way,
using
every
that
time they
word.
say this, we don't know. We don't know what the propulsion is. 2 pilots looked at the same thing and saw it differently. You know what it starts making you think? What is going on here? Is this such a sophisticated device that it could appear to one radar system one way and one to another? I have no idea.
Now, there is a lot of theories that what's happening now is we weren't even really checking. We weren't really checking that level of airspace and to see what really is up there. Now that we are, all of a sudden we're going, oh no, look, they're everywhere. And that's a big concern too. That should be an intelligence nightmare.
In the original spy balloon, we waited till it crossed all of the United States before shooting it down. And now we're aggressively going and shooting down objects. It seems like the administration is scrambling that they originally made a mistake and now we're making up for it. I think they've got to come clean.
Those pilots, we have learned, have given very conflicting accounts of what they actually experienced, with some pilots saying that the object interfered with the plane's sensors, other pilots saying that they didn't really experience that, other pilots saying that when they looked at the object, they could identify no identifiable propulsion system, and they did not know how it was actually staying in the air, cruising at that altitude of about 40,000 feet. So this has all added to the Pentagon's wariness of describing in more detail what this object actually is.
I mean, how is this possible?
Well, I mean, that's pretty terrifying. I mean, all of that.
I feel like I'm in a 1950 science fiction movie.
Yes.
I know.
We saw it, but we don't know what it was. And it had
changed.
a saucer-like.
It
changed. It went up. It went down. It went sideways. It went this way.
But we
It
have
went
no
that
propulsion.
way. But we have no propulsion. But it had kinetic threat, which means it could move. I mean,
Which
what?
it did over to Lake Huron.
There's a lot of things we know that we've never been given 100% proof on, and they've said there are documents, we're not ready to release them. There are videos, we're not ready to release them. That is what's going to happen with this unless there is enough American pushback to say, you need to tell us what these threats are. If they are extraterrestrials, that's sort of the silly version that people kind of throw out there. I think there's obviously a good chance that could be something like that. But I think the main thing is people are concerned about their national security. They're concerned about the leadership of the presidency, and they're concerned about their own safety, whether they're in the air or not.
I don't understand why we have to shoot these down and destroy them. Can we not somehow capture them and maintain the integrity
Mike
of
Pompeo
what
said
they
he
are?
thought we have the capability to do something like that. I think what's happening is this is moving at a pace they didn't anticipate. And
they don't know what it is.
And they don't know what it is, and they're afraid there could be. Is it
what's on board?
Well, the balloon ended up having explosive devices on it.
I think our assumption at first was that this was more of the Chinese weather balloon type thing, spy balloons that were going over. And this is what we heard yesterday during the NORAD press conference that happened. In regards, this is a new clip, you haven't heard it, a clip specifically about who the source is of these flying objects.
I would be hesitant and urge you not to attribute it to any specific country. We don't know. That's why it's so critical to get our hands on these so that we can further assess and analyze what they are.
This is,
again, not saying it's from China, not saying it's from anywhere. And look, they may not know. That may be true. The scary part is they may not know.
But we had resources up there. We had assets up there that detect it. And we had assets that took it down.